I was the #1 affiliate for Andrew Tate. So for 2 years, I was their head of marketing, in charge of everything that had to do with marketing. Everyone had their fancy MacBooks, their phones. I had a broken Samsung Android phone. I started really bad compared to everyone. I still managed to then outperform everyone, become #1, get hired by them, and just get involved into everything that had to do with marketing. But we basically did start clipping. Like before Tate, you've seen no one do mass account posting on social media or like hire people to run hundreds and thousands of accounts. We were basically the ones who kickstarted this, but we didn't even call it clipping. We just called it an affiliate campus. These Wantrepreneurs, because they're not entrepreneurs, they're Wantrepreneurs who keep stressing, man, I need to make $1 million. Man, I need. If no, I'm gonna, bro, like you live in hell, like you're lost. They're worse than the 9-to-5ers, who are just completely brainwashed. And I'm talking about the typical online money guys who just consumed all the Tate content, all like typical, completely brainwashed people. I hate hanging around them. Like I can't stand, like they're just insufferable people. 90% of the online money industry is just built on lies. Like it's pure lie. A lot of people watch this and I could like change the mindset of just one person, or like just make them think a different way, or make them believe that they can achieve what they want. And all these rich guys, they're nothing special. Like most of them are not smarter than you. They're not like these gods, which they make you think that they are. I would be super happy.
Good evening, Mr. Leonardo.
Good evening.
Where you come from?
Hungary.
Hungary.
Central Europe, but I'm half Romanian. Yeah.
You want to go straight to your story?
We can. I'm open for anything. I can go straight however you want me to do it.
We met once, and basically, first of all, I'm really respect about someone who have the experience like yours and still appreciate the foundation of the life. And I think it's something what people should put more attention to this one. So, yeah, man, like 19 years old.
Yes, just turned 19.
And you feel like 19 or you feel like you're an old soul?
I feel 50. To be honest, I feel 50. But I'm only saying this because of the people that I know. And I know people way younger than me who are doing so great. And it's just crazy that I've been in this whole business world for 3 years. And it's just how time passes. And just you would think that 16, 17 people making money is something not so special. But as time goes on, and even I get older, at 16, I thought I was like the shit. I was at the top of the world. And then you get older and then you see a new generation of guys coming, all getting into business, and all these guys were all going to be very successful. And I'm happy for them. And I'm kind of feeling old now, because I used to say, oh, when I'm 19, I'm going to do this and that. And I did most of the stuff that I wanted to do. I did achieve it. It's more of what's the next step now for me? Now I just let time make me old, and I'll see what I'm going to do. But yeah.
And what's your current motivation?
I don't really have one. But for motivation, for me, I don't really need to feel motivated, or I always really feel motivated. It's just that I don't want to sound like like these corny, like all these people on YouTube. But for me, just to wake up and be able to do most of the things that I want to do already, which is kind of a routine for me already. Just to be able to do my routine, eat well and work and meet new people and be able to show the world what I have, my mindset, and just if I can help anyone, that's enough for me. I don't have any needs. Of course, I have my desires, but I don't need to have anything because I know I'll be fine anyways. So most of the stuff that I do doesn't even run on motivation. It's more of like I have a set routine that I would feel bad if I didn't do, because it's all already the things that I like to do. And why would I not want to do what I like? So I don't really have the need for motivation. I already really have everything I really wanted. Yeah.
So the things what you like to do, what kind of these things? Because I know you're from the side as a person who also understand the mindset and also your body and still keep going with the journey for success. So first of all, what's your routine?
As in a morning routine or my whole day?
I guess, like a whole day.
I wake up,
That's
I
good.
mean, people will think I'm like in front of my MacBook for 12 hours a day, but I'm telling you, everyone who says that is a liar. Unless you really work on something where you have a big company with your team, but even then, that's just normal. These people don't usually say I work 12 hours a day. That's just a normal thing for them. For me, my honest daily routine is I wake up, I sit in the sun for like an hour, I go down, I eat, I work. I hit the gym sometime when I feel like hitting the gym in a day, when I don't have a rest day. Then I go out at night, or some days I stay in. I usually eat something. If it's not the weekend, then I either go eat something or just stay at home, and then I sleep. That's really it. I think people overcomplicate their days unless you really have everything, a lot of things going on, and you have to structure everything and you don't have time. I think the people who, yeah, most people overcomplicate their daily routines and they just have everything planned out and they usually never really achieve anything out of those things. So for me, it's pretty simple. That's what I do.
The definition of your success on your
Yeah.
perspective, what's this?
For me, success is anyone who feels like they are in their own heaven. My worldview, and this is some really deep stuff, is hell and heaven, or I mean, depends on what you believe in and what you don't believe in, whether you're religious or not religious. But for me, a kind of way to describe it that I like is the state of your mind. Anyone who's in heaven basically has accomplished or is living life in a way where they don't stress over everything all the time. They don't have needs, they don't have wants. Everything that they do basically goes right for them all the time, or they at least think everything is going right. For me, hell on the other side is when people just stress all the time over unnecessary stuff and they're just worrying about everything all the time. For me, success is the first guy who always lives in the state of heaven, the state of goodness. That doesn't mean that they're lazy. That doesn't mean they don't do a lot of stuff. It's just they're always feel like they've achieved and they don't have any need for more stuff. I say this because a lot of people, especially in the online money space, who I really don't like the online money space, and a lot of people there because they have a very bad mindset. It's most of the stuff is just Tate mindset, which we have put into people. It's just everyone's just repeating themselves. If I look at someone who's not a millionaire, who's not a billionaire, who's living life, let's say here in Thailand on a random island, and they feel like they've made it, they don't have anything more to show. For me, that's success. Like, I don't judge him. He's done what he wanted to do. He's living the life that he wanted to live. Doesn't need anything more. Bro, you've made it. Like, you've made it more than these entrepreneurs, because they're not entrepreneurs, they're entrepreneurs who keep stressing, man, I need to make a million. Man, I need. If no, I'm gonna, bro, like you live in hell. Like, you're lost. On the other hand, I'm talking about someone who's living on an island. Let's say there's a bunch of examples. They feel like they made it. They don't need more stuff. On the other hand, someone who's made $10 billion, but that's what they wanted to do, and they feel like they've done everything and they have everything accomplished, then that's also success. For me, success is just the state of someone's mind, and if they feel like they've achieved it already or not, that's success for me.
So you think also the whole concept, let's say Tate and the, like you said, one entrepreneur,
Yeah, entrepreneurs,
like
people who
one
want,
time I want, okay,
they
I want,
want to
okay,
be
gotcha,
entrepreneurs, but
gotcha.
they're just
Yeah, but they also the mindset and the, I can say, description of being like a business guy. It's a online course basically, right? It's the online Telegram groups who define, what is success, or
Yeah.
Instagram, the influencers. That's all the concept, like, what it means success. I get some point, because you need to build some structure and at the same time the image which it sell, because that's, I always say like this. Sometimes you need to play the game when everyone will want to see, and then you get some numbers, and then you can, let's say, be yourself. So because it's hard to get to bigger audience if you trying to be like totally outsider, like some people just go, let's say, to some island and they say, oh, like money doesn't matter, and later they don't have the cash for the visa, right? Which is also not good, because you need to define yourself also about the, let's say, responsibility and the financial, not status, but at least the way how you can keep going, and feeling like you have some passion with this one. That's, I think, it's motivate you to do something. So what is your passion?
For me, my passion is just to be able to wake up every day and do just what I want. That's all I care about.
So okay, if we go to the technical part, like what's your skills? How you're able to, I don't know how much you want to share, but you can say whatever about your story, your journey, because I think you are not only have a mindset, but you also have a work ethic.
Yes, 100. Okay, I'll do a bit of introduction. So me, basically, I was the number one affiliate for Andrew Tate. I was also their head of marketing. So for 2 years, I was their head of marketing, in charge of everything that had to do with marketing. We've done over 150 million plus. I can confidently say in that 2.5 years of me, two and a half working together with them. It wasn't only me, I was part of a team, a marketing team. So I don't want to take all of the credit. And obviously, in that time period, I learned basically everything that I know about marketing and sales and affiliate marketing, especially, and just all kinds of marketing from them. That was like the little kickstart for me. And when someone's very young, it really burns into their brains, like all the skills. So I would say my skills are mainly marketing, sales, all of that world. There isn't really a niche thing. It depends what niche I go into, who I decide to work with. Those are my skills, and most of them was from there. With the Tate stuff, I obviously, when I was 15, 16, I joined their program because I wanted to make money. I was already hustling before that. And I joined their program where, yeah, I just started making the videos like everyone did. We had a bunch of campuses. I did the affiliate marketing campus. I started making videos. I probably had the worst start out of everyone because everyone had their fancy MacBooks, their phones. I had a broken Samsung Android phone. I started really bad compared to everyone. I still managed to then outperform everyone, become number one, and then also get hired by them and just get involved into everything that had to do with marketing. That way I kind of learned all the influencer growth guru, and then I also work with every big guru you can probably think of, or some way or I'm connected with them, and even people beyond that, because I don't really like that world anymore. Yeah, those are my skills. Just to wrap this up, and I learned everything from them.
So you start as a clipper, basically.
Kind of, yeah, a clipper. We basically, I mean, people, I don't know if this is gonna get controversial, but we basically did start clipping. Like before Tate, you've seen no one do mass account posting on social media or like hire people to run hundreds and thousands of accounts. We were basically the ones who kickstarted this, but we didn't even call it clipping. We just called it an affiliate campus.
True.
Where people just, yeah, and then others started revolutionizing.
Right, because
this term.
affiliate marketing exists, and most of the time it exists on the many different kind of business. Most of the things connect with ads. A lot of things with the traffic junkie. You see the old affiliates program, sometimes based on the clicks, sometimes based on the leads and everything, right? So it exists, but I think that was revolution. First of all, because Andrew Tate at that time didn't have the social media, so you actually building brand, someone who don't have social media.
Yeah.
That was crazy because, we always think like where the traffic need to go. But it was in general, basically recognition, building brand, which is not anymore about the leads. It's more about the brand awareness. Because it was mostly about, there was of course leads to that time was the real world.
First, we had it called Hustlers University.
Hustle
and
University,
then we rebranded to the real world.
True, yeah. So, that traffic goes somewhere, but it's still a lot of branding and awareness, and of course the big numbers about there was the time, number one Google guy on the world, right?
Yeah, we had, they're number one on Google.
Yeah, and I think it's the things what you done and the connect with the clipping. I know last time I hear Gary V 2008, when he was on the live on there was like a, I don't know, Ustream, I think it was Ustream, like 2008, and he said about the guys, like hire like 10 like a practicant, to your intern, to your company, and start posting like make on the scale,
Yeah.
So people talk about this one, but I think nobody really put attention. I think it was the secret sauce for many people. Like nobody get like Mr. Beast have our own basically like clippers. I think was more aware right now connect with the streamers, with the kick streamers especially, because the stake need to promote something, so they choose the way to get the attention from the mostly IRL, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the big part because they have it's hard to clip many things when the people sitting 8 hours on the playing game. Exactly. That's not much fascinating content. Andrew was not the streamer, but he massively post a lot of things, right? So that was, I think, big factor. So if the neon working for like 8 hours, there's a lot of clips you can get this.
100%.
Yeah.
And they also do it on purpose, so they get clipped because they're smart.
Exactly, and that's why even Adi Ross have a 30% of the kick, because actually he's the one who ran the machine. He don't need to have a part of the stake, but it's easy to give him 30% of the kick, because the one person 8-10 hours sometimes, which is constantly collaboration. And I think it's something what I think we also know, like all these people, especially now from the kick, they all work together. Like all the NDA, like the contracts and everything, all houses, all drama, connect absolutely everyone who's on the circle, on the one house, one the party and everything. They all work together. This is like one big brother house, but there's no fake fighting. They absolutely do it for purpose, because they know get more attention.
Yeah.
But many people don't know, many people don't know how it works. And they know, of course, they still enjoy, watching and everything, because it's entertainment for the many people.
Yeah. Most of and I can say this like here, but like most of the guys who have like managed the campaigns of these Clavicular and all these huge kick streamers right now, like I can tell most of the stuff that people see, like half of it is real, but the super viral stuff, it's all just planned out. Like the streams are all just scripted, because these guys, they know that the most of the views they will get are not from the active watchers from the stream, because I don't even know how many views they get, but from the clips from the stream, which they build the brand. Because most of these people, they don't even watch the stream. Like, I don't know, nobody really I mean, there are live viewers all the time, but it's all just the clip. So they're very, very smart. And I know the people who do it for them and manage most of the stuff, and they're also very smart. I think it's big in the streamer industry, bigger than the business, because business, there aren't a lot of people who are truly able to achieve the stuff that we did with Tate, let alone Belmar and Iman. There are some people recently who kind of replicated the model that we did. None were that successful as Tate, no one ever. But I think in the whole streaming world is now just based off of clipping. Before that, it was,
After this, we have a lot of clips with Adi Ross, right?
Yes.
And with the Andrew and Tate, which is basically was go viral also. That was the time when the kick jump in.
Yes.
That's why they make a collab and everything. And you see them basically bring OF girls to this one, Kazumi and everything, which is big numbers for everyone, and also for her. For like, there's another secret. Like, I don't know if we expose something or not, but of course we can say just from the kind of connecting dots how everything works. Like 2 weeks ago, the died the owner of the OnlyFans.
Yes.
Which is also like a lot of controversy. Beside this person, he basically ran the biggest affiliate program, which most of the people very successful, and that's how all the company exists, because he offered 5% in referral for the lifetime.
Yeah.
That was only reason why it's go on this way, on the unicorn, the $1 billion company, because people start seeing the potential when they're just giving, sharing, like promoting everywhere, and they have a 5% lifetime, man. And they cut this when they see, I don't know what is on the contract anyway, but on the beginning was the lifetime. And they cut this to 0 after 1 year. And they also was a limit $1 million. It means many people get much above this one, much above. And I know many things, scamming, like you send a referral and nothing appear. People cannot say to anybody because, nobody know, but it's not exist on the referral. If you have a website name, there's not such a thing like mistake. If you send your referral, it always must work. It's like website. It cannot go to the other website. So it was a lot of scam on this business. But that's always, doesn't matter what we do. That's always some part of teasing and also, chasing to be the level like Andrew Tate. So I think many people trying to go to this level, and they use every trick is possible.
Yeah.
Because people are like greedy.
100%.
they wanna copy, and they wanna go this any direction, whatever it takes, whatever it takes. That would be nice. Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
So how you get out from this one? Because I think my biggest, I can say, gift or advantage, or maybe experience allowed me to be who I am right now, is to seeing the world from the two sides, to seeing the people on the top, and then seeing people who don't chasing the dream, who are totally fucked up and everything, and they find a way between this one, between the appreciate things when you're on the down, and enjoy the journey process, not destroy yourself. And at the same time, seeing like beyond the top, that's also the price, and you need to like be aware where you're going, who you deal with, where is my limit, and what I really want, and who I become if I have the money or if I don't have money.
Yeah.
So that, I think that's from our last conversation, that's your biggest advantage or gift, because I don't compare you to anybody, but that's allowed you to be a really solid guy,
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen all the behind the scenes from the gurus. I know how these people are in real life. I know all the people, this whole online money persona. I just know it inside out because I've seen everything in the past 3 years. I connected with a lot of people. I hung out with a lot of people. That's why I really select who I'm hanging around, because I just don't care, bro. Like, it doesn't impress me at all. Like, the luxury lifestyle, it doesn't impress me at all, because when you travel enough and you spend enough money and you just hang around enough people, you start seeing these patterns and seeing and valuing who's actually valuable and who's not valuable. And I've also read a lot of information. Like, of course, I have experience. I read a lot of stuff about life, philosophy, all these esoteric secret, everything. And if you live enough life, you start actually appreciating, and if you've been through enough experiences, you start to actually appreciate what life is about, which is experiences and things that actually matter. Starting a family, doing good for everyone, trying to just teach everything to everyone. I'm really an offline guy. I don't like to do podcasts. I don't do YouTube videos. But the reason I came here right now, I instantly said yes, was because I was thinking, I'm not even shy on camera. I just don't care like talking to people. But I was thinking, if a lot of people watch this and I could like change the mindset of just one person, or like just make them think a different way, or make them believe that they can achieve what they want. And all these rich guys, they're nothing special. Like, most of them are not smarter than you. They're not like these gods, which they make you think that they are. I would be super happy. But just to get back to the point, yeah, I've met a lot of people. I've been for a lot of stuff, and it just really doesn't impress me. And you start to pick and value your values, what you design your values in people, and just start arranging, putting your life together based on what's actually valuable for you and not. Because we can compared to people. For example, I know a guy, a really good friend of mine. His name is Eric. He's worth a lot of money. I'm not going to say how much, because I don't know how much he would want me to say. He's worth a lot.
One zero less.
A lot. Like, he's 25. Sorry, Eric, if you're watching this, I don't remember. 25, I think. He's worth, I can say, multi millions. And I also know guys from the online money space who are also worth multi-millions. The funny thing is, the online money guys have this persona of trying to always show luxury, that hey, I'm rich, and they always just flexing. I mean, if you have a brand, I understand, but it's just everyone just trying to just show how much it makes, and like making these figures per month, like their life depends on it. Like, look at Eric, and I've known this guy for months until I actually found out how much he's worth. And every time we hang out, we either just go to a bar and drink, or just have some food. When I meet him, he lives in a totally different country. He lives in Europe still, in Ireland. And he has a real company. He has like hundreds of people working for him. And whenever I meet him, we don't have that need to feel and network. And like, I would hang around him. I'm pretty sure he would hang around me if we were all broke. Like, if we didn't make money. But it's not just Eric. He just came to my mind right now because I spoke to him a couple days ago, and he just came to my mind. But there's a lot of people that I know. A lot of friends of mine are also broke, but I know they're going to make it, because when I see the potential, it's not about me not selecting who I hang around, because I really do. It's just, if you're a cool guy, I see you're going to make it. I see you're not this insecure little fuck who just needs to show the Rolex all the time, who needs to tell people how much he makes, all like just insecure, just basically copying all the guys on social media. You're scared to talk to people. I don't want to hang around that guy. And I have these people, for example, around me who are also broke, but I just know that they're proper people. They're going to make it. And those are the people I want to be around me. So that's why, dude, if someone makes money, if you have this kind of watch, this kind of car, you really don't impress me, because I've seen so much stuff. I mean, listen, if someone does something for long enough, like in that area, you're probably going to succeed. I have a saying that if someone makes a lot of money in an area, and they've done it in, I mean, it takes a lot of years to be successful, obviously. But the people who impress me the most are the guys who are able to achieve very fast success in a very small amount of time. I can go start fixing cars tomorrow, become a mechanic. Dude, I guarantee if I'm a mechanic for 6 years, I'll know how to fix cars good, because I've been doing it for 6 years. Compared to someone who starts to fix cars and he's really into it, who's really like grinding it out, and in 1 year he does achieve, opens his own mechanic shop. Dude, I respect you, you know, because anyone can do something for a long enough time, they're going to do good. So that's why this filter that the average guy has, oh, he has money, he impresses me, oh, I don't want to hang around him because he's broke and the rich guy told me not to hang around broke people. Like these guys, they're worse than the 9-to-5ers, you know, who are just completely brainwashed. And I'm talking about the typical online money guys, typical guys who just consumed all the Tate content, all like typical completely brainwashed people. I hate hanging around them. Like I can't stand, like they're just insufferable people. I really don't judge anyone. How can you judge someone by the amount of money that he makes? I have friends who are making that much money, but I can tell they're going to make a lot of money. I can tell they're great people, and everyone has a spot for everyone. I mean, I don't want people to misunderstand me. I don't want to hang around incompetent people. I don't want to hang around people who are lazy, who are just bums or insecure, or they can't speak to strangers, or they say they're going to do something and then they don't do it, or a lot, like I don't want to hang around them. But that doesn't mean that I judge them. That doesn't mean, it's just me. Everything that I do has to serve my purpose, and those people don't serve my purpose. Doesn't mean that I would execute them the next week, but I have one life, let's say, and everything that doesn't serve my purpose, why would I take part of it? Why? Like, why would I care if something doesn't serve my and it's, people will say it's selfishness. I don't think it's selfishness. I think why would I not want the best for myself and also the best for everyone around me? Because I mean, we can go into this conversation as well, how giving I am and how I think it's so important to give to people, because what you give to others, and I'm going to go into this topic. Let's end that topic.
Yeah,
I kind of explained it. If that's a good enough answer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those guys out the way. We don't care about them. Most of the online money space, most of the people making money online, and there's some other cases too, just the arrogance, the persona that they put on, they're not genuine, they're not themselves. The judgment, oh, he makes money, I hang around, oh, he's not, you can't speak to him. Like, I hate those people. So that's out the way. Now, another stuff, going into the topic of giving, and how I said that anything that doesn't serve your purpose, you shouldn't really care about it. That doesn't mean that I'm selfish, because I also have a mindset, which is whatever you give, and this is from a very famous book, which is Conversations with God, that I really, anyone who wants their lives changed, I put my career on it. If you read that book, you're going to have some changes in your life. That's number 1. 2, but the book has a really important chapter, which it talks about how whatever you're willing to give to others, think of it as you're getting it back. Because, and it's true, because you're basically doing it for yourself. Because if I give you right now something, I do you a favor, I don't need to expect it to come back. But you have to have the mindset that you're basically doing it for yourself and you're going to get it back. Because if anything I give to anyone that I give away, it puts out the energy that I don't have a need for it. I don't have a need for it, which makes it come to me all the time. Because if you need something, it means that you don't have it, because you need it. So anything that you can give to people, whether that's money, love, attention, you're going to get it back 5 times. And this is like a law of the universe. Like this
I have 10. I always use 10.
Yeah.
And last time go 10, back to
500,
like 9.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, almost.
Yeah. And maybe I didn't explain it proper enough. People should read the book. I don't really care about explaining it to people that much if people want to read about it. But this is a law of the universe. This is how it works. I wouldn't say the more you give it. Don't be stupid. Doesn't mean you have $100,000. You give away 99. Oh God, why didn't I get it back next week? You're stupid. That's not how it works.
We don't know, right? We don't know. Maybe it will work.
Maybe it will. Yeah, for the people who did it, and you're
That's
welcome.
The things, like.
Yeah, but whatever you give, you don't need, puts out the energy that you're basically always able to get it. And this is another stuff, manifestation, which I'm big in. But yeah, this is very important.
So this is also part of the givers versus takers.
Yes. Okay. I'm about to go really deep into this topic because it's very important. People understand the technical stuff of making money, all the mindset, but also the more esoteric and just the laws of how one thing, spirituality, like all of this matters so much. There's so much more beyond just technical skills and learning a skill. Because if you look at the top entrepreneurs, and I'm not talking the people who do like others think of like, oh, he makes 6 7 figures. I'm talking about people who make 9 figures per year. Like everyone believes in it. I don't believe in it. I don't need to believe. 'Cause believing, you basically say that it's something you have to believe it. I know it. Like this is true. This is law. This is set in stone. All of this is set in stone. And with the givers and the takers, we would live in such a better society if everyone just cared about just giving to others and just had no worries and didn't have that thought in the back of their head thinking, oh, what am I going to get out of this? Like, just don't care, just give. And I'm telling you, when people start doing this, when you start walking through life this way, just care, like, how much can I give to others? This is why I came on this podcast. How much can I give the viewer from my mindset? I know it's just all gonna come back. I don't care about getting it back, really.
You want one person who you change one
I said
life.
one person. If I can change the way they think with the stuff that I say, I already think it's worth coming on. And if I don't, then I don't. I'm already.
So it's my work,
yeah.
and then you need to clip this 1,000 times.
Yeah.
We can do it. Chances are high one person will get something from this with your marketing and my your production.
Yeah. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. It doesn't bother me. I don't have a need for it. I'm just saying that's something I would be happy for.
But it's also the way how you can support this message, right? Like, especially like we do marketing. So it's also, effort. Like, if I want to help, I can also be more effective with this.
Yes.
Right? So for example, okay, I can work 9 to 5 and if I earn some money, I can do business and probably maybe I can get more money and also more give. I also realized when I have less, I was more like into like a charity and I'm more into giving to around my community, giving them, support them, buying things for them, which is sometimes support them work, which I'm always like to do it because sometimes someone thinking I buy them laptop, but actually they speed up their work like 3 times.
Exactly.
So it's like win-win, right?
Yeah, giving is a really big thing. Giving to people and just the energy that you put out, because as I said, and this is very important, whatever you're willing to give away, you're putting out the energy that you don't have a need for it. You're not holding on to it, and you're just gonna get it back 10 times. Let's say 10 now. I said 5, 10, 15, 100, doesn't matter.
But I think it's also maybe the creation, right? Maybe there's program 10x, right? 100x, even though the startup that's popular, if it's not 100x, I don't want to invest, right?
Yeah.
But it's still like a creation, right? Because I think it's the standard some number, but I think the people say, oh, it's good to shoot on the moon. If you not hit, it'll be always, around the stars and everything, right? But I think it's having big goal and at the same time, like you said, like 5 times, 10 times, I think it's healthy. I feel it's like a healthy way because doesn't matter what's also the reason and if I expect or not. If I help someone and even if I expect, what's wrong? I still have this person. It doesn't matter what I expect. If I get something from this, if I'm happy, if I post it on social media and the other people see and judge me or not, it doesn't matter. What's matter? I help this person.
Yeah.
The person don't care if I make views 1 million. Of course, I cannot make some prank or bullshit things like this. Don't use this on this way. But if I just post this and I do it for like whatever reason, I don't care, and he don't care also. The person who I help. That's why I think whatever reason you do it to help someone, it's good. At least you do something,
It feels good to help people. And I'm not talking about, again, I don't want to be mistaken like this super spiritual
we
guy.
we cut this.
Yeah, who's like, edit this, like, who's like, just walk around like this, like crazy guy, just do good for everyone. Like that, obviously, that's not the message I want to put out, but just try to give as much as you can to people and don't expect things back. And if you start doing that, then you'll be fine. It's good for you, for your mindset, for your mentality. Like, it's so good. And you also feel better whenever
and you also use this when in terms of the work business and the people you work, like I said, like giving people on your team and everything, or you mean like random people as some charity? What's your definition?
Anyway, in my team, you need to walk through life and just try to give in any way possible as much as you can, and while also doing stuff that only serves your purpose. That's what it's important. These terms that people made up, that it has to be a charity, it has to be giving away money, like it's such a small way of thinking. Like there's so much more things you can just kindness, just a good word, just a text back. Money is obviously a big thing. Just put it out, just give. And it's just, I'm telling you, if people start doing this, they're going to make, I mean, I know, because that's what 99% of people's goal is to make more money. I'm thinking like ahead of that, or like that doesn't, it's not the biggest driver factor for me. I don't, like, it's the biggest thing that I care about. I don't really care about it, but it's going to make you more money for the people who that's their goal.
I think people get tricked by seeing people who are very greedy and they make business without sharing and being asshole,
Yeah.
and they trying to copy and they think it's the way how to do it. And I think it's the trap because they really don't see the full picture of some person price, what they had with this one. That's why I can say I'm blessed to meet people who work alone, don't share, they get some big numbers, but at the end of the day, they become very lonely because they have nobody to talk about this one, nobody to share, nobody to celebrate the wins,
Yes.
And then I see, like, I even see one time on the podcast, on the Stephen Barrett was one guy, he said, people who work alone, the solo businessman and everything, so they have a less chance to, like, more chance to be successful than the people who work on the business partner and everything. But then I realized it was really narrow understanding, because if you check, like, who is more healthier, happy, less depressed, and I think it's the people who have worked with the some people. It can be someone with a family when they can talk. It can be some, business partner. It can be your, wife, girlfriend, everything. It can be your brother, anybody who you can have an open relationship and you can say things what it stay inside you, things from your gut, things from your dreams, things from your fears. Because if you don't have person like this, I think is the biggest depressant on the world. Being lonely. I think there's even a lot of science behind this one. When you're lonely and you actually, it makes you like really miserable.
I agree. I mean, that's how we were designed as humans, we were living in tribes, we were living with people, we had wives, we had a wife, sorry. I don't care about this, like multiple women stuff. Like I'm past that phase of all people just talking shit because other people say it. Like I really don't care. But the point is, we were like social creatures. Humans are not designed to be put in because, okay, let's look at this. You take a guy, you put him in the middle of the forest alone. He's gonna die. I mean, he can live till 80. He can take her, but he's gonna die alone. There's no reproduction. There's no more children. So by definition, humans are meant to live together, to reproduce, the opposite genders, blah, blah, blah. And that just shows with everything. Like the people who are usually the weirdest are the guys who are always alone, just antisocial completely. And also, if anyone's thinking of running a business alone or succeeding, like, dude, good luck competing with other people who have a team of like 100 people. Obviously, you can outsource a lot of stuff to AI. And I'm saying there are exceptions. Like, obviously, I just read a post today on Twitter. Some guy did, did an affiliate in a niche. He built like a $1 billion something company with him as his brother, and everything was outsourced by AI. Okay, that's true. But let's not try to focus on the 1% and waste time and just go with what works, because this is one of the biggest mistakes people make, is they focus on one thing that happened and they ignore the 99 billion other stuff that didn't happen. Like complete delusion. But
it's like finding the gold somewhere, or like, whatever.
Like they see this one guy, but they don't see the 900 other people who have failed. Like you have to take into consideration this stuff. But yeah, good luck for the people who want to be lone wolves, and because they're insecure and they just can't have a conversation with random people. Good luck. And I'm talking, I don't like the whole this competition and brutal things, even though I had a lot of competition, all this stuff when I was growing up. But good luck. If your goal is to outcompete these people, it's not going to be away. Like you need a team, you need people around you. You need people who you can trust with your deepest, like tell them anything you ever want. And anyone, again, who is not that type of person and doesn't serve your purpose, just don't have him around you, because you're just wasting time, you're wasting energy. And why wouldn't you want everything around you to be the best for you? That's what people who want to be lone wolves and just do everything on their own. Like, all I can say is good luck. We'll see. Message me in 2 years, like where you are. It's like it's not a thing.
So you think it's kind of business strategy which working as a scaling business? Because how you can call it, like scaling, right? Having other
Yes.
people who trying to copy things what you do the best. Because I think on your case, you trying to basically have army of people like you. That was clipping.
Yeah.
In general, it's
Kind of.
army of the people who actually the hustle, and then you choose the one who are also connect with your, I can say, mindset. Because I also see this like this. You have the people around who do something, and then you choose the people who really in line and they believe what you believe, and then you support each other, benefit each other, having them like a business partner or like a kind of employee. But I believe, like on my case, I mostly wanna call this teammate, business partner.
Yes.
Whatever, even it'll be salary or not. Yeah, I always treat this like a business partner, And we find the win-win game, because some people want the safety, and I'm okay with this. Some people want to have the guarantee salary and everything, and there's nothing wrong with this. That's, I think, is the misconception about where we are right now. People thinking like, oh yeah, okay, percentage, take the most and everything. Like, why? Let's build something. The first of all, most of the startup, they not based off any salary, they not based even on commission.
Yes.
They work on something what they believe, and they get money sooner or later. Maybe maybe never, but that's the point. To grow something together. Well, how was experience? What's your experience about this part?
With team and team members, the way you treat them and the people you work with is, again, you want to have people, the biggest achievements, the biggest goals, the way you're going to achieve them is by not selling the people the money that they're going to get, but selling them the mission that they are on. If you look at Zuckerberg, for example, when he was building Facebook, all these guys were on the same mission of just fucking blowing Facebook up. They didn't care. Like, the vision was so much bigger. You have to sell them on the vision. You have to sell them on the goal, the end goal, the whole mission that you guys are doing. And then that's when money will become secondary for them. Obviously, when you need people for tasks where you want to have a bit more security, for more robotic tasks, you pay retainers. It depends on the business model as well. But the biggest, grandest schemes is the biggest companies at the top, obviously, were always just a bunch of dudes who were just on the same mission, who wanted to change the world. That's it. You can't really motivate people with money. If you want to achieve very big stuff, you can't sell them the money vision. You have to sell them the mission. You can't motivate them with money, because money, they're just going to put minimal effort in, and they're just going to put enough effort in to get their salary, because people are arrogant, and then they're just going to go with their life. Like, if you look at the startups, how you mentioned, like, it's just a confidence. Quite like, if you have 10 guys and you truly believe that this is going to work, that's when they can work for months and months and even years with zero money, even going in debt, because the confidence and the mission, and everyone's so aligned, and everyone is just a group of people who just believe, and they push, and they sell their cars, their apartments. And funny enough, that's when these groups of people become the biggest companies, are born this way. And I think it's very important. People don't structure their teams just based on money, but you need to have a killer group of people with you. You need to influence them. You always have to be like not just a boss, but like a bigger brother. You need to show them the bigger picture. Like, you're not just getting paid, you're learning life for this company. You're learning all these skills, and you need to be able to influence your employees and take care of them. Very important. You need to take care of them all the time. You have to be there outside of business as well. Now, it's a question whether with some employees you should be friends with some of them not, because sometimes if you're too good friends with your employees, it builds a kind of relationship where it lets your employees slack a bit. Oh, we're friends anyways, you understand, blah blah blah. So you need to give them the serious love, which basically means that, hi, I'm here, but we're working on this, we have to make it work, but I still love you, I'm taking care of you, and I'm here for everything, but there's no slacking, we're getting work done. I think that's the most important stuff that people misunderstand.
It's like also understand the bigger goal. Like, if this person have some problem, have some shit going on, everything, and like we need to understand the bigger goal. It's not only about one person, it's help 10,
All
20,
of us
100,
being
right?
part of this. Yeah.
Yeah. So like you cannot go too deep. And I'm also aware of this one. Of course, the coaching will be never ending. But I think the reason why we do what we do, because it can help all of us to get out from any shit. Because many part of the journey, it's also financial things. So they do it for the family, for the relationship, which can solve many problems.
Yes, I agree.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, now it's hard time understanding you, but if we now dwelling about something for too long, we'll not get to where we want to be. And at the same time, you slow down with your shit, and then we have another problem. So I think it's like you said, like being serious with the goal, being serious with the concept, and don't go too deep. I understand, the point about psychological way and everything, but I think it's not solve many things, because if you go too deep, it's basically you like getting out shit on the front and say, hey, look, I have a trauma. One was my past reincarnation, and like, well, bro, like
Yeah.
I think you building something new automatically shut down the other stuff. That's my belief system right now. I understand sometimes if it's some really serious things, you can try and do different therapy, and psychedelics, and things like this. But most of the case, living the life what you want and have a healthy also behavior, like your daily habits and everything, can fix, I can say 70, 80% of the problems.
I think 100% of the problems can be solved just by changing the way people think. Obviously, if you have cancer and you believe you don't have cancer, that's not a good thing. But more general problems people have, 95, 100% of them, no, I'll put my word on the line. I think 100% of them can be solved just by the way they think and just their perception of everything. That's why I think mindset is, and the way your perception and how you view stuff, how you view the world and your understanding is 99% of the game. Also, this isn't really a game. It's not a game. You've already completed a game. Everything is already done. You're just experiencing your life and you're making the best life. If you believe you already lived the best life, you're living the best life. You're going to get the best life. I also don't like this term game. Like everyone's saying, oh, it's all a game. Like, it's not a game. We're all here to like create the best life for ourselves. We're all experiencing this. There's no rush. There's no like, because there's no end goal. This game stuff we made, by the way, up at Tate, and all of the other gurus that are saying you need to win the game, you need to do this, with our brutal marketing just to force people to buy the program and make them feel like they're failing at life. There's no
Because
rush.
of the scarcity,
Yeah.
right? They also do it right now. That's the time they need to buy and everything.
Yeah.
That's, I think they use the term.
Yeah, we FOMO them, which means fear of. Yeah, we FOMO everyone. That's what we did, and it's just a bunch of scarcity and just FOMO, and this is why we call it the game. There is no rush. There is no time limit. Everything is in the now. Even I don't want to go this deep talking about things like future and past and all these terminologies, and I can go really deep into all this esoteric manifestation topic. But think of it like as everything is happening now. You don't need to worry. I mean, obviously, you have to be able to observe that if you don't go to the gym, for example, you're gonna not be a bodybuilder, things like that. But at the same time, this rush of always having to rush somewhere, nothing is enough, nothing is this and that. Dude, like these people will be just sad. They're gonna die sad. They're gonna die like like they haven't accomplished anything. And the way you change it is you just don't think of it like that's it. Like you can change it right. If anyone's like watching this and thinking they have to be in this game of always like this, another term, the rat race. There is no rat race. I'm telling you, everyone, like there's none of this stuff. Is just psychological stuff made up so you make that purchase. It's not real. There is no rush. Everyone should just focus on doing everything that serves their purpose and themselves. Anything else, just throw out the window and then just do whatever you want to do whatever you like. If that's starting a business, if that's start making money, if that's this and that, then do it. But there's no rush, there's no scarcity, it's just all just marketing, really.
But at the same time, if you want to sell, if you want to promote, you use this kind of terms like you use, right? On one side, we need to be tricky and sold something what it's, even if we have a great product, great things to share, right? It's still, we use kind of tricky words like the click bites and everything to attract people. But it depends what you sell, right?
Yes.
Because if it's your purpose, it's your intention is to selling the product what you're already basically selling, like it's yourself, your brand, I think that's great, because on the deep inside, you will share with the people something deeper and understanding, like, hey, that was just the game. So listen right now.
Yes, that's marketing. Marketing is important. I'm not framing all of this as a bad thing, by the way. I'm just some individual who knows all this, observed it, and I'm just letting the people know. There's no polarity. There's no good and bad from my perspective. I'm saying right now, I'm just saying this is what's happening. Everyone choose the lives that they want to live based on this information. Yes, this is all marketing. We've been doing marketing for hundreds of years. Let's go back 100 when newspapers and ads first started and billboards and all this stuff started coming out and all of that stuff. This is a skill. This is a real thing. It's a skill of marketing. It's a skill of creating. Depends how aggressive you want to be, obviously. Just like everything, there's levels. But yes, like FOMO, things like fear of missing out, scarcity, making people take action now. This is a real thing. And it's not a bad thing, because I'm telling people this is what religion is using on people hundreds of thousands of years to believe is stuff like this. You know, this is just the art of persuasion, the art of convincing someone to take an action. It's, by the way, a very valuable skill. Everyone who's made a lot of money, you need to have salespeople. Sales is probably the most valuable skill that you can learn first in making money. But you also have to see through stuff most of the time which could not serve your purpose. It doesn't mean that the Pope using his website selling the Bible is doing a bad thing. He's just serving his own purpose by doing marketing for his own company. So I just want to open people's minds and just think from a higher perspective and higher lens, and not just instantly just believe the first thing they see. I want people to think for themselves and think based off of their own experiences, not just blindly follow everyone.
I think they don't believe on experience because they don't have the confirmation from the outside world.
Yeah.
And I think they think it's wrong because they're only the one who believe. And that's why if you even make a team on the people and everything, and you share with the right people, they get it. That's why it's important to like sometimes have one person who like, bro,
Yeah.
that's great idea. Do it, this shit. Like, yeah, but the market says something different. So don't care, man. Doesn't matter. And I have this also like when I make my own team, it was against all the rules about sharing, setting up the rules, checking, like the controlling and everything. Like everyone need to be careful. Don't trust people. You cannot do like this. Nobody do like this. Nobody give this amount of the money. You always lose and everything. And at the end, yes, I lose. But was the point, it was the way how I built this, I was the happiest person ever. And I rather build something like this and then lose the business, because I don't lose nothing, because I create the skills, the things, and actually I want to change anyway. And I realize I want to repeat this shit again.
Yeah.
You know, like this, that I do amazing. So even if I lose, I want to do again, because the feelings from having daily life like I want, it was worth it, the losing everything after 4 years. Really, it was worth it. I was like no blinking eyes, no like regret at all. You know, people like, how? I have an amazing time. These people are amazing for me. Even they take everything from me, they never take any from me because they gave me a lot for so many years. So that was the price. And I cheer for them because I know them for how they are, who they are and everything. So I think that's my message maybe. Like, don't be afraid to build something like on your own version of the reality. And even if you lose, don't make like yourself thinking it was a bad decision, because actually that's how it works. Even if you have a contract or the marriage with your wife, everyone can be fucked up. Doesn't matter if a girlfriend or wife with all the documents and everything, all the security and the protection and all these things would protect you to not lose. You can always lose. Doesn't matter if you have something or not. If you protect on the safe, on the bank, you can always lose. Doesn't matter how much you protect yourself. But I think it's worth it to the reality, what you believe. It's much more real than the reality, what you see online.
Yes. People's world and the way they view the whole world, how it works, is based off of their belief systems and their experiences. If you can like trick any of those two and just give them new belief systems, and most of the time they won't even believe their own experiences, because they think, and that's what marketing is. I mean, that's what brutal, very hardcore marketing is, that we did at Tate, was just change the whole way they think, just change the whole way they view the world, and just to make that sale, you know. And a lot of the things we did at Tate, I'm saying right now. I can see the good impact. I can also see the bad impact of it. But me personally, I think we had more of a good impact, especially on the younger people, than bad. But there's also a lot of stuff which I now think back and I'm like, holy fuck. Like our marketing and our way of just persuading people and really just putting our message out was really like A player, like top of the class, like really, really good. And from one side, it's good because I learned a lot. That's where I learned most of my stuff from. But it's also a bit scary because then you look at like, okay, if we were able to achieve this, the people who do all the marketing for the whole world and the biggest corporations,
Yeah.
how are they tricking our minds? How are they putting, what beliefs are they putting in our heads? And then you start questioning like everything that you believe. It's kind of funny because when someone learns sales and marketing for the first time, the more they've been in it, the more they learn about it, the more they start questioning everything that they believe and everything about the world because they just start double thinking, oh, is this actually true, or did I hear someone, or did someone else want me to think
Yeah.
this, or was this something that, like, did someone try to make me buy something, that's why they made me believe this? And again, that's why I say sales and marketing are probably the most important skills in business. And that's why I just tell people to just trust your own experience and your own stuff and your own research more than what you hear other people say, because trust me, most of these online gurus and most of these guys are just all such just the whole 90% of the online money industry is, I don't care, is just built on lies. Like it's pure lie. Like everything is just not true. Everyone's just lying. Everyone's just broke, trying to get the last money out of like other people. It's all just a big circus, and people need to trust their experiences more than what they see.
I see that the same when I jump in on the startup industry, when I digging like all the startup, all the companies, all the raising money, all the pitch deck and everything, all the like Silicon Valley propaganda and everything, and like
Yeah.
I try to connect with these people, and like nobody even want to talk, and even if you talk with someone, you see like that's the really person, or like just
Yeah.
saying some script. Why nobody want to really talk on the what's going on, right? And then I realized this. It's basically all the same, all propaganda, or even on this level, like they try and just to build a PR to the other investor just to show they do something so they can collect more money. They already don't admit it's business not working, but they still need to continue the storytelling to the investor. And everyone looks like bunch of people to absolutely just to chasing money. And I think the other side, when they get the money, they lose the goal, they lose the possibilities to even grow, because they only need to do prove the concept and continue the status quo to the investor, but they don't believe this anymore. Sometimes they already have the project and they get money and they stop believing the idea because it changed, because that's not what they've signed for beginning, because they have a dream, but they stop chasing dream when the money appear. And
Yeah.
there's like they don't have any more motivation. So even if they can do something different, but they cannot, because the investor not allow them to change the totally different way. And like, oh, we actually don't want to do AI, we want to do the solid nice company with the 5 people, similar dream but a different concept, but they cannot because they lock. But it's good to talk. That's why I think the podcast and they're able to expose many things, not even expose, just to talk. So then many people realize, oh, that's not what I thought. That's not exactly how everything looks like. I can basically create my own startup with my friend on my small city, and it can be more happy, more successful than anything else on the Silicon Valley. That's what I think people need to understand. Many projects and business and startup work without the pitch deck. You know what I mean? Nobody
Yeah, of course.
read this, but you read the propaganda because they need to they need to show how they do it, how to raise money, capital, and everything. Yes, of course, that's a lot of true on this one, but in general, there's so many different ways. Even on the startup, even on the marketing and everything, there's no one answer for this one. That's why, like you said, believing your own gut, believing your own research and everything, and just go and make mistake anyway.
Yeah.
Because it will be a mistake anyway on the process. But at least you come with your own idea, not the copy paste.
Yeah, 100%. The corporate world, I was dipping. I know both worlds. The very black hat, very white hat, corporate, raise money, the people who were scamming. Like, I've met all types of people. And I think you just need to have a balance, because the problem with corporate people is they just take so long to make a decision, like these companies, so long. And now it's holiday. We take these days off. Like the companies who are growing the fastest, the biggest, are always the guys who make very quick decisions. And they're also obviously a bit corporate, they're official, but they make, I mean, I understand at the very highest levels of business, negotiations take a lot of time. It's not like Twitter guru selling people who just like sell a course for $3,000, hop on a call, done. If you're trying to sell a building, it's going to take, or like any of these big companies, months and months and months of negotiations. Find like, because we're talking a large sum of money, and ideally we all want to come out as a win-win situation. Obviously, at the very highest levels of business, negotiation takes a lot of time. I'm talking about the people who are not on that level. I'm talking about the corporate guys who are not on that level, who are on a way lower level, but they have this corporate persona.
Yeah.
You know, they're putting on this corporate like suit
Tech
on
time.
them. Yeah.
Answering next month, because that's how they
Yeah.
big players
Like they put on
works.
this corporate persona, and they're wasting so much time by someone who's maybe in the same niche business, whatever they're doing, and they make decisions, they're quick, and they're not afraid to fail, because there isn't really such a thing as fail. Has been constructed and tied together with a negative emotion. They think fail equals negative, but the two don't tie together. This has been done over centuries and centuries. The word fail and the word mistake, trying to portray it as negative, none of them are negative. I even think they're more positive things. Obviously, you shouldn't go through life and like, I want to make the most amount of mistakes. I want to make the most amount of fails. Or like someone's like, oh, I just lost $7,000 on ads, in ad spend in like 24 hours. That's so cool. It's not cool. That's not the end goal, to lose money and all of that stuff. But if someone fails, it's just think about it as like it was supposed to happen, and everything's like playing out at the right time, at the right choice. And it's corporate guys who are like very, very official people who do business the old traditional way, who are not the people having the 8 9 figures I'm talking about, are just as insufferable as the guys who are just complete scammers. None of them are good. You need to have a healthy balance, and you just need to know what's important and what isn't in the exact realm, business level that you're on. Obviously, selling a building, you're not going to get on a call, okay, 600 million, done. Shake hands, write a contract, done. That's not how it happens. You can't just tap a card and that's it, obviously. A lot of the time, it takes a lot of negotiation back and forth, months, maybe even years of finalizing a deal. But what you can also do is being like putting on this persona, this corporate persona, trying to be someone, trying to be nice, trying to not actually doing it, just pretending you're doing it, pretending you're taking time, pretending, oh, I have to do this officially, I have to blah, 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 blah. Bro, someone will come along who's there to do stuff, to learn, to actually do business, and just going to wipe you off. And then when it gets to the next level, like it's just professionals. Just to give you an example, on Twitter, I saw a couple weeks ago, there was some guy who, like some 40-year-old guy who launched like a marketing agency, and he made a tweet. No, there was another guy who I know personally, makes a lot of money with, he has a marketing agency, he scaled to like a couple 6 figures per month. He's very successful, he's 20. He had bought his dream car. And this old guy quote tweeted him. He said some bullshit like, oh, you're so stupid for spending money on a car, which some cases it's true, some cases not true. It depends on the context. Anyway, but this guy bought a car. That's the point. And this guy quoted him. And then people on Twitter started calling one of his posts out, in which he said that finally I hit a big milestone. And the tweet is like, he made $10,000 that month, and it took him like 3 years. And it's just like, bro, it took you 3 years to make $10,000, to get your agent to $10,000 per month. Like, obviously, you are not doing anything for us. You're just lazy. Like, you're not doing anything. You're not moving with speed. And it's just these people who are like such at low levels. We're not talking $1 million deals, who are just put on this corporate persona. When I go to, like, let's say, meet someone to business events, like, these are the type of people who I hate the most. Doesn't matter if they put on a corporate, like this persona, like, who just put on persona, like, bro, just please, for God's sake, just be honest, just be yourself. And these people are very insecure. Usually they're insecure, so they have to put on something. Like, just nobody's going to judge you. Nobody's going to hate you. Nobody's going to hate you if you make a bit less money. Nobody's going to judge you if you make more money. Obviously, the people are making a lot of money. They don't want to hang around with people who make nothing, because what's the benefits? Nothing. But just for God's sake, just be honest and be yourself.
But it's also connect with your circle, and sometimes the circle are not real, and that's why you're pretending, because you're thinking they have more, or you want to be more fit to them. And actually, many times you go for some event, you go some meetings and everything, and you really don't know what is deep inside. Like, most of the time, there's no liquid. The people don't have the freedom. There's a lot of debt and everything. And it's nothing wrong. Many business work on this one. That's all the startups work like this, right? But the point is, like, just be more transparent. Like, show, like, yeah, you're fucked. You don't have money for rent. You hustle. You do your best. You don't give up. That's value things, So you realize, like, oh, damn, I'm not alone. Yesterday I was on the meeting, and like everyone said the similar story what I'm actually also passing right now. Even with the many projects that I can, fill up with the money and everything, I have the responsibility for the place where I'm right now. But that's the real things. And I think being real, I help more people and actually attract more real people to my life, because I'll be on the position where actually many people exist, but they're afraid to say. And they think they're lonely with this one. And they shame. That's the big part. They are ashamed to say this because they think they do something wrong. And that's the concept. Like, they need to get this done. They need to pay this. They need to be on this position. They can act like good-looking guys, but there's nothing wrong with this one. Doesn't matter where we'll be on with kind of money. It looks very similar. You know what I mean? Like, nothing would change,
Yeah, and people can feel if you're not being honest, or like there's always something wrong.
Yeah.
And the people who have the most influence and the most, like, just influence over other people, the way they feel, are just the guys who are honest all the time, Yeah, that's why Tate, we did really well on camera, because he was always authentic. He was himself. Just the way he was talking, the way he was gesturing, the way he was communicating,
I think it was also about the amount of the content.
Yeah,
so
100%.
It's very hard to be fake for so many hours. Like, you actually build your confidence through this one. And if you have some approval time to time, that's already something. That time also they party a lot, drinking and everything. So of course you give them confidence.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why Andrew was really good at the camera, because if Andrew wasn't going out partying, driving the cars, doing all the stuff, he wouldn't have gotten, this is a really real thing, he wouldn't have gotten all that energy into him, which then he can project on a camera.
True.
You could do this test, like, have him and have someone you don't allow him outside the house for 6 months. I'm telling you, the changes are going to be there. And also, Andrew was a really good speaker, probably one of the best speakers then on the internet. And it was just all this stuff, which are like the list of what you need to really make it big on the internet, is being honest, authentic, being yourself, and just all this stuff. It all accumulates. And as I said, people can feel if you're not being honest. You can feel if you're not being authentic. Who do you respect more? The guy who just says it to your face? When you meet very high level people, this is a trick. I mean, it's not a trick. It's just how I am, what I do. When you really meet high level people, don't let the image of them being hyper successful, worth hundreds of millions, change the way you behave with them. Because I'm telling you, I have a friend who I learned this from, who used to meet high-level people, and he used to treat them like a friend, who say, oh, your shoes suck, like, here's some small stuff, and the high-level guy would be shocked, like, oh, shit, nobody treats me that. Finally, someone who's like, it hit a bit of a shock, like, nobody says that to me.
Because they don't have the surrounding who can tell them on the face something.
Everyone's
because
just pretending around them.
They're
Everyone
afraid
just
to
wants
lose
something.
the connection with this person or some benefits. So they're afraid to say something. Like, I hear this many times from some kind of people. They even don't have friends who never tell them on the face, like, they have something on the face, some tooth and everything, and like, bro, this guy 10 years, why didn't tell him? Like, oh, I didn't know. So what you didn't know? Like, that's things what people are afraid to say. That's also, like, shocked me. Like, how? It's your friend, why you don't say,
And especially when you're talking about very high level net worth people, They want to keep this image. I'm telling you, the real way you're going to build a connection, if you're just honest with them, you joke around with them, you're authentic, not in a stupid way. You don't want to become a retard. You don't want to like be a jester, like joke all the time, try to make them laugh. No, they have to feel you're honest, and you don't put a pressure on them, because then they'll feel like you want from, like this friend of mine who used to talk to these very high level people and just say something, and they would say, my friend would be like, oh, but you're wrong about this. And he was right, because he was wrong, because it was his profession. It's like very rich guy, and then he goes to a car mechanic. The car mechanic's gonna say, this is wrong with your car, but he's not gonna get offended because he's super rich. So my friend, oh, you're wrong about this. But he would say it in such a way where the rich guy, very high net worth guy, would be like, we shock him a bit. And it would make him more. Oh, finally someone who's actually real with me, who's not pretending. I can see this guy's being honest. Well, nobody said that to me before. Nobody joked around me like that. I like this guy. Then that's when they build an actual real connection. And I can tell when I meet someone, I can tell everything about them in the first probably 10 minutes of just speaking with them. I can just tell the way they think, if they put on a persona, if they're trying to pretend to be cool, like when they talk to me, they're trying to get something out of me. If they try to, like, all this stuff, I can tell. And then I either just act along, and I'm like, okay, I don't care. And that's the people you want to keep around you. If someone's very honest and real, and you guys can also, the best thing is if maybe you grew up the same way and you guys are also doing business, like these people you need. And if also not just these types, the people who influence you and you feel like you can learn something from them. You meet someone in real life and you feel like, oh, you know, this person has, maybe he's not on this crazy level, but he just has something. Like he just says all this stuff. I like the way he thinks. I like the way he speaks. He influenced me in some way. Like these people, you need to hold on to them and keep around you, like always, because you never know when you're going to meet another person like this. I think it's very important. You have honest, right people around you who will say things to your face and also joke. And just with rich people and people, like, don't idolize them. Don't think of them like a god. They're all human. They're all just a dude. You know, Jeff Bezos is just a dude. He's just a guy who started a company in his garage. And over time, he grew Amazon over 30 years to one of the biggest companies. But at the end of the day, he's just a guy. And I'm telling you, if Jeff Bezos was in this room, we would still have a nice conversation. He's not this fucking person who spit on me because I don't make enough money. He's a person. Zero person. Elon Musk, he's a person. It's all just dudes. It's all just people. So people need to stop idolizing rich people and people who have more influence on them like they're gods. Because I'm telling you, all these people are just some dudes who have done something, they were passionate about something, and they made a lot of money. But I mean, I could really go deep into this stuff.
But I think you mentioned one thing, the passion. There was like last pictures from the Steve Jobs. And he always also say, which I'm also catching myself right now, I'm okay with the hustle. I'm okay to do things when it's not comfy. I'm okay to take responsibility if I must take responsibility and I need to do it for the, I can say, some time, like for example, even 1 month, right? But end of the day, I need to know if it's in line or it's provide me to the direction, connect with my passion. If not, that's what Steve Jobs said. If it's you look on the mirror and for many days you see you not do it things what you're passionate about, you need to change, you know, as fast as possible. But at the same time, like I said, I'm not afraid, and I think many people should also not afraid to be on the position when they need to be on something what is not comfy, when it's hard. Because when I do my passion, it's still hard, you know, like it's still challenging.
It's supposed to be, but the thing that differentiates it is if you do your passion, you do it even when it's hard, you know, even when it's hard. It's also a confidence question, because let's say if someone would give you an opportunity, if God would give me something right now, he would say, like, super good opportunity, but he would say, for 6 months, you're not going to make money with it. Like, obviously, you would still do it for 6 months. And this is how most people who grew big companies at the very start, who raised startups, felt. Like, they're so confident that it's going to work. They didn't need money to prove it's going to work. And it's funny enough, when someone is in that position, that's when it always just seems to work out. Like, it's the law. Again, this is set in stone. It's kind of funny. Like, most of the money things of getting to the next level isn't even like, or is people, this is where, for people who start out, isn't even a knowledge question. It's one, it's mindset. Two, it's also a confidence question, because they're just, it's literally like they're not confident enough that this could happen, that could work out, because they haven't experienced it. That's number one.
So it's belief
It's
mostly.
belief.
Yeah.
100% it's belief. It's just believing in it, but it's also
But
as I said,
belief build confidence, you know?
yeah. How confident are you in that opportunity? Like, bro, I'm telling you, if I am in like a niche, which I've been in, let's say in any type of business, and I've been doing it for 10 years, and an opportunity comes around, which I just know this shit comes around every 5 years, and it's you, like, like you've been in the industry, and you spotted it before everyone else. Doesn't matter industry. Like, these are the guys who would go in depth, and then they make it like millions, hundreds of. Let me give you a really good example, which I got from the Tates. This is for people who, and this ties together with confidence and how you take opportunities. People don't want to, like, oh, and when I work with people, they always ask me this, like, what's the best business model I should start? This all ties together with confidence and how you believe what's going to work and what doesn't, it's not going to work. People, like, a lot of people ask, like, what's the best business model that I need to start? What's the best thing? What's the best thing? There isn't such a thing really as a best thing, because everything works, by the way. Everything works. It's just the methods that change over time. Like, if someone is selling you a course on dropshipping and it's the same shit from 2016, it's not going to work. But that doesn't mean that dropshipping doesn't work. But a good thing like a good answer for this is, think of it as like, when you want to see a good opportunity, you're going to see what I mean when I'm going to tie everything together. A good opportunity is when, like, I'm going to use the analogy of mining for gold. Like, let's say there's a huge field and everyone's mining for gold. And you want to find someone has a shovel, someone has a huge excavator, someone has a huge mine. And you want to find the place, like the land, where there's some dude alone, doesn't have to be alone, where there's a bunch of guys who are mining gold with shovels or like with toothpicks or whatever the fuck, and they're just getting rich. Like, it's huge, like it's they're finding so much gold that it's crazy. And then what you need to do is, then you need to bring your excavators and your mine, and you just need to like push all the competition out and make a fuck ton of money. Because if you can find a business model, you can find a niche where it's lazy people making money, like it's lazy people making so much money, then you can just come. This is why it's important to always work hard and always get good at what you do and just be a complete professional, a complete killer. Because that's when this is the 5-year opportunity will come, when there's going to be a gap in the market or something new there's going to be. And when you can see people in that little niche making a lot of money, and it's just a bunch of newbies, like people never, and they're making so much money, that's when you have to come in and just destroy everyone. And I'm going to give a real life example, and this is what happened in real life. Do you know who are the people who are making the most amount of money when crypto first came along? Like the most, like who just killed everyone? Just take a guess. Like the people who are making the most amount of money with crypto, when crypto just started popping off, who are the people who are making the most amount of money?
What kind of people? Like what kind of characteristic or
no,
person?
like
what they do? Like,
yeah, what they did before. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but
okay.
I just couldn't find it out at first.
Network marketing?
No. The people who made the most amount of money with crypto were the traders, like actual, traders. Yeah. And I'll tell you why. Because they were traders for years. That's why it's important you become really good at what you do. Because when an opportunity like comes like this, in every 5 years or 10 years, you just find a gold mine, you see a lot of people, and just take over. These traders, they had the tactics, they knew how to trade all these things. Crypto came along, they see a bunch of stupid 16-year-olds buying this coin. Like anyone with a little money who had access to buying Bitcoin, if you bought Bitcoin 10 years ago, you made a bunch of money now. Obviously, like so much money. You didn't have to be that smart. So when the traders found this out, they're already killers in one industry, and they saw this, oh shit, this is an opportunity. And this is the type of opportunity that they would bet losing money on first, because they're just so, and this is where confidence comes in. They're just so confident it's going to work. And obviously then these people came around. Every stupid 16-year-old who was making money with no skills, they could just buy any shit coin, any NFT, to go up. And these traders who traded for 5-10 years before, who knows how it works, they just got rich. They just bought everything up, and then everyone just got kicked out. People start making with crypto today if you're a good
Because characteristic looks similar.
Yeah,
That's why the same thing separate the marketing, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what we do. Actually, we see the pattern for everything what's happening right now.
But for them, that was a type of opportunity which I'm talking about, where it's like they believe in it so much, they see it so much, this is gonna work out. Like I just know I can go into debt. I can go $1 million into debt. It's gonna work. I know. I'm just putting confidence into perspective, like how confidence works when you're in this niche, that niche, and then when you're starting out, how it's a big confidence, how big part confidence is, like business in general, and a lot of the steps people don't take or don't get into because they're not just confident enough, and this is when I'm not like anyone's like dad or mom to have to give them confidence. Like if you're not confident to take that step to do that thing, then don't do it. Like I don't care. No one's like, most people, they don't even need technical advice. They just need that little push, or they just need confidence. Like they don't.
It also came from the overdosing information right now.
100%. Information in general, like it's just too much information out there, and people don't trust. This is why you can't stand out unless you have insane experience in that field. You can't stand out just with like offering the level of information that you have, because there's just so much out there. Also, everything is on YouTube for free, by the way. Like everything has been somewhere before. How do you think those people found out information? Obviously, the most valuable information is if someone can present it that they got it through their experience, which is obviously one of the most valuable. But I'm talking about baseline fundamentals. Everything is on YouTube. Or if you want fundamentals, just go somewhere, look for like basic course. If you can't find it on YouTube, buy it for $50. Something done. You don't need the $3,000. It's absurd. Like it's $3,000, $5,000 courses until you make like so much money that you can now invest to bigger stuff, which usually it doesn't work. Like, okay, I'm talking about the Miami course seller gurus, like all these people right now. It's all a waste of money and a scam. I mean, not a scam. It's just waste of money. Like beginners don't need to spend 4,000 of their 5,000 net worth on a course, because usually you're not getting anything out of it.
What do you think about the creepers on the option for the creepers, but for the corporate business, for the brands, not only for the personal, not for the personal brand, but for the company, for the brands?
Yeah. I mean, I have a very, very mixed view with clipping in general. Like, I'm being fully honest, because I've just seen the whole, like, the term being abused so much times. People who know, like, nothing about marketing in general, I hate it so much. But clipping for the corporate world, it really depends on what, like, the product or what we're trying to achieve. Are we trying to achieve, like, brand awareness? Are we trying to achieve funneling people to someone sell a product, sell himself? Yeah, I mean, it depends. I think it could be a good thing. It's just the market, the corporate market is not open enough for this sort of marketing. I think that's just the limit. I know people
So it's more like an education, because people are even not aware how it works.
The corporate world,
they have no idea.
They're behind on this stuff. They're slowly catching up. But then I don't really think the two fit that much. I mean, it really depends on the company. It really depends if someone's trying to build brand awareness, if they're trying to build this and that. But there's different sorts of marketing for different sorts of companies, and depends what the company is and what they're in. Like, for example, clipping wouldn't work for like a very niche mass email sending software, because what are you even going to do? Clip, blah, blah. For them, they need other sorts of marketing. For them, their marketing is on this type of SEO and this and that. I think clipping is the best for streamers and personal brands and all this stuff. And even for personal brands, it's very niche. Like, you have to be a very selected type of individual to be able to qualify to grow very big with clipping. Like, you have to be one type of a very specific individual. You have to be authentic, honest, very good on camera. You need to be able to have a fuck ton of content, like, already, to have very good, like, a sales team, very good marketing team who just know what for you to say on camera, very high professional production, everything scripted out perfectly, and then you get the clippers, and then you take over the world. That's how it works. But for that to happen, you need to have a very good team. And what I could imagine clipping is, well, for basic corporate businesses, I can imagine how it would work. Any business which can produce a lot of content that would be engaging, yes, like distributing it would work.
So long-term content, right?
Yeah,
And then you
long,
can,
yeah,
basically you can,
yeah.
clip this and you can
But
cut this and
yeah, but that also depends what type of long form,
True.
It's really important what type of long form, because it just depends, because it's different how I would do long form content for a mechanic shop, for example, than something else. Where I see clipping work is definitely TV, like a lot of the TV stuff, a lot of like maybe the cinema industry, the entertainment, a lot of, yeah, as I said, reality TV shows, cartoons. I see clipping work there a lot because that's a, you could say, entertainment, like quote unquote corporate world, which is entertainment, which is just long form stuff, already. I also see it work in politics, for example, a lot of speeches, a lot of stuff to push campaigns. I really see it work there.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting, to be honest. Yeah.
yeah,
We just need to sell to other countries than America.
yeah. I mean, that's how Trump won the election,
Yeah.
with clipping.
Yeah.
I mean, not
That's why he attend all the fucking
that,
podcasts.
like that's
Full
yeah.
Send, Joe Rogan, like like UFC, every event,
Yeah, he didn't have like hundreds and thousands of clippers, but he just had a couple accounts which did really good, who know what they're doing, and the clips were just spread. No, I didn't. I don't think he even had a team. Like the way the shit he did was just so interesting. Like just marketers in general were just cutting it up.
But his team, they put him on the top influential people in
Yeah.
US.
No,
Like
it was a
you know,
marketing
yeah,
move. It was
yeah.
100%. That's the way you win over the youth. You don't win it over by all this shit. Need to have a different type of marketing channel for young people, a different type of marketing channel for the old people. And that's how Trump won the election. And that's, I mean, I don't do this, but if anyone's out there trying to like make a pitch deck or trying to pitch politicians to do like marketing for politicians, that's a good pitch. Just take everything that Trump has done, do a bit of research, and just put it in your pitch, and then you can pitch anyone. If there's election coming up, you want to do the marketing, just that's a good part of your pitch, I guess.
What's your focus right now?
Really technical business, or I can like talk like this spiritual, like I
Like
want
I
to
said,
find
technical.
myself
Like I
and
said,
all this.
technical, because
Right.
most of my podcast is always spiritual. We
Yeah.
go always deep, So
Yeah.
I'm trying to be more technical because I also believe when you go to the technical, right, the same time you build yourself. You're giving like good value and good advice, because most of the advice like general, like, oh, make more clips. Like Gary Vee thinks, oh, make more clips, make more this. But sometimes you need to be like, okay, but how to fuck even make the clip? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So many people don't know. Like that's why I asked you what was very important for me about the clippers and how you start and everything. Because I just, to be honest, like I just need this 1 minute from your conversation, like okay, that's how I need to do it, because I feel it. I just need to confirmation.
Of course.
And that's fucking beautiful, because that's what you said. So basically, you achieve your goal. You already helped one
All
person.
my goals that I wanted, I already achieved. Even the.
I mean, like you, because your goal was to have helping one person from the
Yeah.
podcast. You already made. You helped me. So mission
Awesome.
complete.
Thank you. Awesome.
Okay, we can finish.
Yeah. Bye.
Oh, they're like first 5 minutes. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, mission complete.
No, my goal, I mean, technical goal, actual business goals is to fully. Now, right now, I do a lot of affiliate marketing. Is just step up I have a lot of mentors already, but really go deeper and start getting involved and starting way higher operations and way higher leveled up stuff in affiliate marketing, like more serious offers, start like actual more. I wouldn't say I'm ready to start like a brand. I want to do more learning, but like just higher level stuff there, and also do a fully transition. I'm working with a lot of e-com brands right now as head of their marketing, a lot of e-com things, and I really want to push those companies that we're doing to multi 8 valuation wise 9 figures, but just really level all of this up, really just push hard in affiliate marketing and e-com and just direct response marketing, because if anyone focus on these in the next couple of years, like they can easily be worth a lot of money, especially my age. For me, it's just evolving. That's it, just evolving in the current businesses that I do. It's just the stuff that I think everyone is doing is just evolving the current businesses, make more money, grow the companies more, and then next to that, just live my life the same way, which is go to the club, work out, talk to people. Just I'm 19, like I'm not this old guy. I don't know. I'm not. I don't like people expect I'm going to lie here and say stuff like, "Oh, have a nice trip," or like, no, like go to the club, drink, make money, And then obviously I have the side, which is official business, grow my companies, grow the people that I'm with, have fun, and yeah, all this stuff.
And you include of your work and the business, even partnership and the company, what you involve your mindset and your spiritual way of living to sharing your knowledge with other
With
people?
others?
Nah,
No, I mean,
that's why you're here.
if they are, yeah.
So you just send them, just give them CD.
Watch
Hey,
this
by the way.
podcast. Yeah. No, like if they're interested, if they engage with me and they're open, because a lot of the people, even here, I haven't like gone very, very deep because some of the stuff I would say would send people nuts here. I'm 100% there because their mind, their perception is not open enough for the stuff that I would say. I could say it to them. They wouldn't understand.
Don't
like,
worry, we make upsell. We make upsell after this.
So if you guys want to find out how well, no. I wish I could just take some lesson and just put it into people's heads and they just wake up and they understand it. But no, people have to go through experiences and they have to go through stuff to understand the stuff that I would say. So that's for another time. That's for my course. No, I'm just kidding. I don't sell any of this shit. I don't need it.
But I need it. Come on.
Yeah. No, but I was about to, if they are interested and they're open for it, and I mean, I'm always just like I'm always helping everyone. Like whenever I'm in a call with anyone, I say, okay, bro, what are you doing right now? What are the next steps? What I think you should do? What are you, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. Have you tried this? Bro, do that. Why not? And I'm always in a call, even if it's like business and we discuss something after, I'm like, so what have you been up to, recently, blah, blah. And if there's something they lack, and I just say, hey, can I you want me to hear what I would say about this, and I hear it and I'm like, oh shit, I mean, that's so true. And I hear the reaction, I just go deep and I just tell them, this is what I think. Listen, bro, this is the way the world works. I mean, I'm 19, I'm using all these big words. I know how the world works, I know how the universe works. It's just my perspective on it. And I'm saying this stuff.
But you build a reputation.
This
you know what I mean?
All like, this is, and I'm not telling people to take this as gospel. I'm just sharing my experience and my worldview and what has worked for me 100% of the time. What I heard the 9-figure guys say, what I heard the 8-figure guys say, everyone, my whole circle, what we believe in. And I've been around the top guys. I know the top people, and I'm sure I'm going to meet even crazier people next years that I can't even imagine who I'm going to meet, because that's just how I know it's going to happen. That's what I believe in. So it's going to happen. And I'm just sharing all this, and the viewer can take this, observe this, and decide whether they want to believe in it or not. There's no such a right or wrong, by the way. There's no such thing that I'm right. This is the right mentality. Because you could do something else and that worked for you. Even if it's the complete opposite of what I said. Just do that then. Just do what works for you. With my employees, with my team members, it's just, I'm trying to help them all the time every way. And if they do care and they do want to hear more, which, by the way, 90% of the time, this is what happens, then I look at all of them and all the time, I just help them with mindset and all of this stuff. Even if it's very tough things. I mean, I tell them to never worry. That's one thing I always tell. Don't worry, this happened and they're having a panic attack. I'm like, bro, I'm your boss and I don't care. That's normal. Like, don't get emotional about it. Let's just try to fix it. Let it play out, because you never know what could happen.
That's cool.
Or what's it. And even people above me, like the people in the company who are who are the CEOs and people above me, my mentors, they're always teaching me. That's the reason they're my mentor.
Do you have also someone who's kind of your mentor, but he fucked up the mindset, like he worried, he stressed himself, he overdosed, fucking everything, but you still have the attitude characteristic of a leader, but he does lose one basic things and he cannot handle the shit, and you think bro, it's fucking basic, it's a high school fucking knowledge. Why you keep going with the fucking these mistakes?
I have mentors who kind of were so smart, it's scary. They're genius, and they always they're so fast. Sometimes I can't even those people who are so smart, they're a bit autistic. They're a bit I have some people who I know like that, who I learn a lot from. But it's not a bad thing. It's just the way they are. But most of my mentors, most of the people, my mentors are my people, my clients who I work with, who are where I want to get, where I am right now. It's just time till I get there. And most of them have lived crazy lives. all of them. And I think it's important because you cannot be very successful if you haven't been, I wouldn't say been through things, because I also know people who just lived average lives and are very successful, but you're just willing to have to be willing to be brave. And it happens. A lot of the people that I know, my mentors and people, have crazy experiences, and just being able to sit next to a person who's been through a crazy experience or his whole life, grown companies, lost it all, made it all back, this, that, just gives you such a confidence. And bro, this guy. So then it's possible. Then like you can't affect me, you know. And just having these people, it's kind of like they give me knowledge. I also give the people under me knowledge. We
Yeah.
all give each other knowledge all the time. And I think it's really the best place to be when it comes to like you're in a company or in a business. You are
Sharing,
basically
right?
want to learn from everyone
Sharing,
all the
giving,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. Like your boss doesn't have to be just your boss. He has to be your mentor as well. You know, also your friend in a way. I mean, it obviously a random Amazon employee from a factory is not going to be best friends with Jeff Bezos. But if he meets Jeff Bezos, Jeff Bezos might give him some good ideas. This is all like everything that I say, take it in the context of it depends on the situation. Don't take it as gospel. But I think this is what I would optimize for if I have a company 100%. It's just build like a group of circle of people who are also very connected with each other.
Mhm.
As much as connected as everyone's connected, as needs to be connected.
You think that's something what people should like say on the beginning, or maybe create a kind of culture of business?
Yeah.
Because many times I think that's why the podcast is the always good way when people start sharing how they even build their business, who they are, because they allow you kind of scan someone and say, oh, this guy is like similar like me, have the same value,
Yes.
the same characteristic, the same mindset. And I think it's the most important what you said today. This people must be givers. I hear this from many people, and I think is like one of the most important things. If you choose the people around you, they must be givers, because in other case, there will be really clash of the different energy.
Yeah. The most important thing when it comes to manifesting and just personality and all this stuff is just try to give as much as you can and don't expect back. Try to think of it. One you do for another, you're doing technically for yourself. That's why when you
That's the trick, right?
Yeah, like
Mindfuck.
think of it. You take some shoes. When you give it to him, you're technically receiving it. And you're going to, by the way, this is how it works.
If you give the shoes, you receive the wings.
Also, yeah, also what you're willing to give away, again, if you put out the energy, you're telling the world, you're telling the universe that you're not dependent on it. And if it's the same shit. When let's say you really have you want a pair of shoes for 6 months, you wear them. I'll tell you, give it a week, you're gonna fucking forget about it. You don't even realize. Before I was always cleaning it and everything. Give it a week, you're never gonna you fucking forget about it. Like it's not a big deal. And since it's not a big deal anymore, like how many times did people care about something? And it happens with everyone. You care. The moment you like, okay, fuck this, I don't care anymore. It just click. It happens. Like, oh shit, now I got it. Because it's the mindset. Because if you hold on to it, you need it. When you say need, I want, what are you saying? That you don't have it. You know, you say I want that. Basically, I don't have it. So whatever you're willing to give away, you basically put no importance. I don't care. I don't say like if someone has a lot of money, has some stuff, just start giving everything away. Don't be stupid, but try to like be in the mind. Doesn't matter how much. Just try to be in the mindset of just giving. Just give people that extra something. When you walk by a homeless guy, give him money, give him. You know, and if you don't, that's also completely fine. This is not a homework. Like it's not. You have to do this. But I guarantee, whatever you're willing to give away, whatever you're willing to give to people, think of it as you're receiving it already. Because God works in amazing ways and everything is always playing out perfectly. And this is one law of how it all works. And you're going to get a lot more back from God because this is how it is.
How much of the knowledge you took from let's say, from your family, and how much from the experience, let's say, already being professional, work, hustle?
Yeah.
Or even be more educated, I mean, reading books and experience, let's say, kind of spirituality.
The kickstart was definitely working for Tate when it comes to business knowledge, everything, obviously. Then I learned how to learn from them and reading books, all this stuff. I do it because I enjoy it. I don't think reading books has that crazy of an ROI than doing like having a course or working with people. I don't think it's, I just enjoy it. I like doing it from my family. So that's where most of my business knowledge and most of my other knowledge also, yeah, from it comes from people and experiences. That's my business knowledge and just consuming as much information as I can. Every day, by the way, I have like a 2-3 hour session before going to sleep where I'm on, for example, depends on what course am I doing or what book I'm on, and I'm just studying because information is the most important. The best information you're always going to get from experience, that's true, but just being educated and always learning and informative instead of scrolling, it's the best thing. More of like the value stuff of family, of selecting, caring about people, how you treat people, being polite. But it's more, but I'm talking more about the what I value, which is family a lot, and spending quality time with people over all of this fucking luxury shit and doesn't impress me. That's from my parents. Parents is most like general stuff, you know, like be polite, all this stuff, well behaved, blah blah blah. Don't be disrespectful. But one thing that they did teach me, which they didn't teach me literally, I learned later on from them, is just how much to value family and just the times with the people you love and you spend time, and how much it fucking means so much more than all of this fake like networking luxury shit. And I tell everyone, like, I enjoy having a grill, like a grill, or just have a barbecue with my friends or like my family, as we did always every summer in like someone's backyard, than fucking going to whatever restaurant, whatever sky bar in whatever city with some dudes who I just don't want to hang around. I don't care about them. They're all just insecure. They're all just this online money personas there who just want to like act like they're cool, like just talking shit the whole time. Everyone's just trying to impress each other. Like I don't care. Like I really don't care. Obviously, if I'm like a very and people like they're I don't want to sound arrogant, but I always have to explain myself because someone's gonna misunderstand this and then they're gonna walk through life with this mindset. If you meet someone and you want to take them to a nice place, go to a nice place. All I'm saying is don't put that much pressure and that much importance on luxury stuff, because sometimes you get more joy, for me, with like having an ice cream with a friend of mine by the lake where I come from Hungary, the country, in the summer, than going with someone I don't really care about to whatever restaurant. Don't put that much luxury experiences on. I was always a simple guy, and I've been done all the bottle shows, all of that, all this typical like things that people show online, and all the cool stuff. And I really don't put importance on it. And that's what I'm trying everyone to take away from this. Obviously, if you're making a good, like, if you're making a good deal, if you're making someone important, if you whatever, blah blah blah, don't go to a shit place. Don't like go to a nice place, nice view. If you want to, it's also important to treat yourself nice because you're doing it for yourself. It's important to go once every month, once every 2 weeks to like a nice place, even if you go alone or with a friends, and just enjoy while being there. Enjoy it. Yeah, it depends on context, but this is what I think. This is what I learned a lot from family. Just the importance of all of this is if you hang around, just enjoy the simple things as well. And the business stuff, yeah, that was mainly from the Tate at first, and then all of the clients that I work with, all of the projects that was in later, all of the books that I read. Let's say a lot of the stuff helped me with more like spiritual stuff from there. Yeah, those are the polarities.
Do you build your personal brand?
No, I don't want to. If people will see 2 or 3 more podcasts of me, they're gonna be lucky. I'm telling you right now. I'm really the guy who. I mean, I could have fucking taken, if I started this personal brand at 16. Holy fuck, because I know how to make. I'm probably one of the most. I want to say most qualified, but in the top 100, 500 people in the world to know how to build a personal brand easily, like a really good one, and how to build a team around it. So if I started at 16 to build a brand, holy fuck, I could have like been the biggest in Central Europe, my country, easily. But and now I'm at the point where I'm just like so focused on like building the e-com businesses that we have and growing. Like the vision is so grand, I wouldn't have time and I just wouldn't care. Also, I hate speaking on camera, and I just don't have a need for it. Like I just don't care if people know who I am. I like to influence people 101 way more to talk with them, but I just don't have a need for like, I like to be low key. I like to have my privacy. I like to be low key. And I can see myself living in the woods in like, okay, not in the woods. That's, I'm being crazy. But like I really enjoy nature. I really enjoy like quiet. I also like, of course, live in the city and everything, but I just don't care. Like having always depending on views, trying to reach views. I don't care if I impress someone or not. Like I really don't care about what others think that much.
But you know already how to
But
make
I
it
know
happen, you
I
know,
can make
without
someone else.
without
Yeah, if
being
someone
constant
else
online.
wants, I can make them. I mean, it depends on the person. It
Yeah.
depends. I mean, I wouldn't take on any clients right now. Like I'm too busy. I don't like this whole. I want to say I don't like personal brand game, but I've just been on it for so long. Now I want to work on that, selling. Like now in my life, I want to work on like building more businesses, building like selling products,
But it's
selling
still
all this.
like, you know, if you still do it with the like a professional, you know, portfolio and everything, I think it's also something what you with the minimal work or even outsource the work to,
Yeah,
you know, to
I
show you
could. Yeah.
it on the like next few years. It can be like
Oh
much
yeah,
bigger impact, you know,
easily.
because it's not about be constant online. It's about just to putting like time to time something, because the consistency it can be something more than
Oh, of course.
you know
I
the
used to
daily
do some
vlogs or something, you
consulting,
know.
yeah, for other brands, which probably everyone knows now. All the top gurus, probably. There's someone, everyone who's like the top gurus, someone I know who I either coached or work with is either somewhere in charge there. I just know. I also know all the numbers of the big guys. That's why I really hate the online money space and all the fake
Yeah, you have
personalities.
some, you know, already experience, so
Let's
you look on
say
this different way now, right
I
now.
have like birds just telling me stuff that's happening all the time, but I wouldn't like. I wouldn't. I don't want to be famous. Like I really want to be low key and just. I would like to. I want to say not be known. Like I'd rather be known as someone who's just like changing. And this is gonna sound so corny again, because I fucking hate the influencers and all these gurus because they made these lines
Yeah, that's
so like
but
everyone's. I want to change. Like all what matters is how many lives you change. It is true, but these guys are not saying it honestly. I really care about how many people, like I just want to change the way they think. Like I want to see them like, whoa, no way, and then they realize it's true. That's I get dopamine from it. I like it.
so that's the challenge also,
Yeah.
because you are able to find a way when you can do your shit, when you don't need to prove them anything, but at the same time, the content what you put, it will be the way like you want without copying their, you know,
Yeah, bro.
strategy, you know,
I-
because you know that's also be
I can
creative
make a
about
new
this part.
strategy. Yeah, I can make a new
Yeah.
like all that shit. I know how to do it, but I can see myself maybe in a couple years and I'm a bit more older and more mature. Then I might start something. But even then, the only thing I would do is just go on podcasts. I wouldn't want to do like fucking 10-minute videos. Sit
Yeah, I
down. This
cannot
is the
do it
topic.
also. I
I
cannot
don't
make
care.
it like, hello
Like,
guys, so
it's-
today, and like,
Yeah,
I'll tell you 5 things, you know, like,
it's
I
either
cannot.
like a 2-3 hour conversation outside in the nature, me and one of my buddies, and we're just like drinking something, and it's like completely uncut,
Yep.
completely, and because there's the silence, like we sit like this, think, and then we would say something like none of this
Yeah,
hyper
I got you,
dopamine. Like if
yeah.
someone's like dopamine addicted and they can't watch it, they don't need to watch it. I don't care. But
I remember
even then, sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah,
even
yeah.
then, I would do it just for fun, just for me and my friends, or even with my clients, just to look back in 5 years and we were such losers or something, you know, like we're talking so stupid things.
But that's also the beauty of this one, because you think and you talk differently when you don't have expectation. Like Joe Rogan make 5 years podcast, and someone tells him like, I can make money from this.
Yeah.
No fucking way. I do it basically if I like to talk with my dudes, you know.
Yeah, Rogan's doing it really well. Like they haven't changed that much anything in 5 years. It just works. They have the same desk, same room, and they just talk with celebrities.
And the quality is not even that fucking good. The background and everything, you say like, what the fuck is they have camera? Like, that's crazy.
It's just a room, and that's but they do have conversations that people would want to listen to while driving.
But he go on this level. I remember his podcast with the Cat Williams. He said, you know, because like he cannot believe it. Like they can get paid just from talking, and the more you talk, the easier it looks. So it looks like, you know, the question, the conversation and everything, it goes so natural when it looks easy, when people think, how you get money from this? It's so stupid. It doesn't make any sense. It looks so easy. Like some professional basket players, they shoot like how? It's so easy, right? Yeah, it looks easy, but it's not easy to make.
Yeah.
Like it looks easy. That's the thing. That's why I'm like big fan of the UFC, because you need to be on the level like it looks easy because you that well so prepared.
Yeah,
So for other people, like wow, it looks easy.
it's like the videos with the people at the Olympics, and then the guy says, "Huh, I could do that," and it's like sitting in his couch at home, and he's like, "Huh," and he's like laughing. He failed. Like, good luck getting on. Like, bro, they can't even
left hook. I told you.
Why is he not just doing this like the UFC? Why is he just not, bro? You don't even fucking. You can't even understand the training for months that they have to be for that moment. People just sitting in their couch. But yeah, it's very important, all of this perspective. And I mean, people just need to be waking up a bit. They need to be shaken up. Even I'm not complete, bro. The shit that I will like probably find out and like get taught, and the information I'm about to access in a year from now, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, like maybe I'll look back on this and be like, this guy thought he knew something, and now I'm like, maybe next month I'll find some information. Someone just opens my worldview, and I mean I know it's gonna happen. I already know. Like the myself from 1 year, 2 years, like I even in months, like I know myself from 1 month from now is gonna be way more knowledgeable, way different worldview. Because as humans, that's what we're doing on this earth. We're trying to just completely experience ourselves. We're trying to completely discover new stuff. That's what all we're doing. Is trying to experience ourselves, learn new stuff all the time. We're craving that information. We're craving as many experiences as we want. Otherwise, we'll just fucking sit at home and just sleep all day. And if people actually do that and they don't scroll, that's a big thing, by the way. Like social media and everything, like they'll be way happier. And then the progress you can make in even a month by just being there and consuming information and learning and just being active everywhere and enjoying stuff is crazy. So I know the Leo in 1 month, in 1 year, holy fuck, like it's crazy. And I can't wait for. I just when I think of this, I just smile.
Patience.
Yeah, I just smile, like how good it's gonna be, and yeah.
Because you already know the algorithm of your life.
Yeah. Oh, I know it inside out. I already know what's gonna happen, and it's going to happen. It's happening right now. Like all the good stuff. I can't even. It's even beyond my understanding, my imagination, how good life will be from 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and how even if something doesn't happen as I want it to happen, it is still happening. I just didn't realize it yet. Like how many times are there people having their lives, where think something is wrong, they look back 2 months later and they're like, holy fuck, that's the best thing that could have happened. And for everyone watching, everyone out there, like God is always, you always get what you believe you're getting. You always are the person who you think you are in that moment right now. And you always get what you actually truly, truly want. You always get it. God is always giving you what you want. And if someone's not getting what they want, they just need to change the way they think, and you just need to change what you want on the deepest level.
Yeah, I think it's the question what people, me, everyone need to always ask. Like if it's the day, it's the follow my passion. If that's the day, it's how I want to live. And I think it's the most important question because, even with my team and the Sured, my business partner, I also want to, be in line with my goal. At the same time, I also want to correct them, because it's aligned with my things. So, like you said, you choose the people who you want to work with, you choose the energy, what you want to surrender. And at the same time, you need to be decision maker of your life.
Oh, you do. Everything that doesn't serve your purpose, don't have it in your life. Because why would you have it in your life? It's like, doesn't make sense. And people don't take this seriously enough because they've been programmed. They've been taught wrong things by the world that no, you don't need to be selfish. You don't, I mean, selfish. Selfish is, you don't need to do this and that, blah, 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 blah. But truly, you having not love for you're doing more wrong for the people around you if you don't have love for yourself. It's like in a relationship, you're in a relationship with someone. If all you don't care about, the relationship is going to be the happiest when both parties care more about themselves and they just you want to do good first, rather than just one of the parties is always just trying to, is this good? Is this, did I did wrong? And because that just is like, don't be that, like, I don't have to explain this really well, but
I
you
hear
should
one
care about
fine
yourself.
term, like accept people who they are, but put them where they belongs to.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
That was also crushed me, I mean, like positive way, because I realized I don't want to change people. I want to
Yeah.
accept who they are, where they are, and everything. But if they not in line with my things, they need to be own version of their reality, on their own journey and everything,
and there's nothing wrong with
But
it.
I
Yeah.
don't want to change them to convince them to be on my journey,
Yeah, nobody needs to be on my.
Yeah.
The only person that needs to be on my journey is myself. If I don't feel like I'm aligned,
You are not a new journey.
if I don't feel like I'm doing the stuff that I'm destined to do, or like I just don't feel good, then I know something's wrong. Like there's no need for anyone. And by the way, if something's not working out, or if someone is not, it's not meant to, like, just let it go. 100, trust me, because all the good, the best things that are going, the best people that are going to come into your life are just always going to come. I wouldn't say on accident, but you're just gonna know.
Yeah.
Like these people are sticking with me. This, that guy, there's just something like, and those are people that, and you can't. It's just meant to happen. You can't push them away because they're always gonna. It's like everything is already pre-done. It's predestined. Everything is fine, and I just, that's the most important stuff with people.
Trust the process, right?
Yeah.
And then like believe, like, it's good. It's how it's supposed to be.
Everything's, people need, like, you have to think that everything is always working out in the best way possible, at the best time, at the best thing. Even if it looks like a bad thing or something didn't work out, it didn't work out for a reason. They're like, if it something would have worked, there would have been a catastrophic thing. Like
it's still on the process.
Like
it's still on the process. Still on the making, creating, and everything. It's like when there's like I'm making a soup, right? And if you put ingredients, like it's not done. Of course, it tastes like shit,
Yeah.
But it's not done yet.
Or
We're
you
still
just
cooking,
had to learn that lesson, or something would have. This should have happened, so this should have happened. Like always, and it's such a better mindset to have. And also, by the way, 110 million things good happen. Like better things happen to me while a thing like this, rather than just this fucking shit mindset of it's always my fault. It's always me. Nothing is working out for me. Not because you also. As I said before, one of the most important things, who you believe you are is what you are. Who you believe you are right now is what you think. Your thoughts describe your experiences. If you think you're always unlucky, nothing works out, you need to do this for 50 hours a day, this shit, these people always tend to be unlucky. But they teach you this in school, they teach you this everywhere, but they don't teach you the other stuff. Is if you truly believe you're just fucking lucky all the time for some reason, everything works out for you. You don't need to lift a finger. Everything, all the right information just falls into your laps all the time. Like I'm telling you, and ever since this shifted, I started thinking this. Like just the craziest shit has been happening to me, and I swear on my life, this is as real as it gets, and it just happens to you. Like people need. What you believe you are is what you are, and that shapes your experiences, and the experiences shape what you are, and this is the perfect circle. This is how life works. You believe you're something, you're that something, and then from that, because you believe you are that, you start taking the actions from that being, then that gives you experiences, and then that experience, again, you're that, like, it's all a circle. It all makes sense. So if you want, you're not achieving something, shift you're thinking of yourself as something, or if you think you're not able to make $100,000 per month, or you're making 5,000 and we make $10,000, if you don't fucking think that you can do it, you're never gonna. I'm gonna tell you this right now. You need to shift that personality in yourself that you're $10,000 per one guy, and maybe the first month you're not gonna make it, second month, but I'm telling you, just be that. You have to think from being that, not from. No, you have to think from, not from like being it. This might confuse a lot of people. Just listen to this and like 0.25x, because you need to like process it
with the ChatGPT.
Yeah, you need to like think from being that person. Like I need to think from being the 1 million per month guy, not I want to be. I am. What decisions would this guy do? And just keep holding it long enough. It might not happen first month, because you wished you to be that person. God had to give you a lesson to become that person. That's why it might not happen first. It all makes sense, and once it does happen, everything's going to make sense. You're always on the right shit. Yeah, it's just very important. What this is, if I would tell someone, take something home, is this: whatever you believe you are, that's what you are, and the experience is around you. That's what you're going to experience. If you believe you're fucking unlucky, you're always going to be unlucky, and it's just fucking crazy. This is how it works. It's
There's
insane.
nothing more, nothing less, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing more. Like everything is like just the story, what must be or the theory, what must be. Still need to prove the concept and everything, because everything what we say is basically kind of they're just experience using the same things what you say.
Yeah.
We're just saying experience what we on the journey, but its conclusion is this.
Yeah, like
But
a good
it will
example.
be very short content if we just say this one and finish, right? So
like a good example is like everyone who I know went from one level to another in any sort of way, always, and I'm telling you this, it's they met someone who's already done it, and they just opened their eyes and holy fuck, this is possible. It didn't happen because you met that person. It happened because he switched the switch, and then you're like, holy shit, it is possible. But the people who are going to really make it happen, they don't need to, like, they can switch the switch themselves. They don't need someone else. They don't need to see the proof. They can make themselves believe it. And once you unlock this, you can make yourself believe everything, and you can control this. You fucking can kind of do anything you ever want. You can create anything you want. Like most of the people I know who went from, let's say, just to give an example, 30K to 50K per month, they either had a coach who showed them, look, here's my screen, you can do it. And then like, holy fuck, I can actually do it. And then they took the actions they didn't take before because they believe they didn't even try because it's not possible. So they seeing that. And if you can do that without someone else, or you can do that, you make yourself believe. My biggest thing that really kickstarted everything was just seeing people who are so fucking lazy, so like arrogant, so stupid, and they're making more money than me. I mean, I still had this fucked mindset of more money, with like 10K, 100, like these like typical online money bullshit like levels, you know? I don't operate in that. Yeah, I don't operate in that realm anymore, because that's just not something that's optimal. That's not something it's made up. But for me, then it was like meeting so many people who are just so stupid. I was like, no way, this is real. And then gave me the belief. And then I took the action. And then I took the action I wasn't even going to take before because I didn't believe in it. So I did manifest it. If you can do that without having the people, you can do anything. Now, obviously, I think different ways. Like anyone can get lucky, make $1 million. It's just, these are small levels. I'm just saying. But anyone can get lucky. And there are some people out there with a lot of money who are very fucking stupid. And just because they have money, you should not respect them. You should not think they're cool, and they can be shit people. And there's also rich people who are very nice and very good people, and you can connect with them. It's just people just leave this internet bullshit mindset behind that anyone who has something you have is worth listening to, or all this. It's not. And be yourself and trust yourself and have your own experiences, because that's what matters the most. But yeah, this is also a very important thing I want people to get out of. Like just
don't
stop giving these people.
Just don't put like a wall. Especially when you connect with them, because that's create a like delusional and the misconception about how you even present yourself and you talk to them. Because if you put them, like you said, on this level, you don't have even like real conversation like with a normal person.
They're
because
just trying to maybe they technically they are on that level. Just of course they're higher than you. Like of course, I meet someone, they're making more. I'm not gonna be like this guy.
Hey bro, like what the fuck?
Super arrogant. Yo, what's up? Like I'm just. Don't misunderstand. As I said, everything is on context.
But I mean, like, do not afraid to even connect with them.
Don't be afraid to talk.
You need to respect, but you don't need to afraid connect with someone like this, thinking like, oh, this person will not answer me and everything. Of course, maybe it's harder to get to them, but you can find a way. But that's the challenge.
They're and you need to know how to talk with everyone that you meet. Like different people have different styles of conversations and language, but if you meet like the closest people to me right now, like when the first time we met, I have a really good friend. I have a lot. I have a lot of really good friends. All of the super closest ones. First time we met, we're already just talking shit. Like I already knew, okay, this guy's gonna be my good friend. Like the first time, and you just know. And those are the people, or people who I have met, and they just influenced me so much. Like I listen to them talk, and there's just something about this guy. These are the two types of people you need to really keep close to you, apart from your family, obviously. If you meet someone like this, just keep them close, because you never, like, these are rare. People like this are rare, and you need to connect with them and do as much business as you can, because you never know. God sent them to you for a reason, and you need to take this. Most people, the reason they don't see blessings and the reason their prayers go unheard, because they're not even open to receiving the prayers. You don't even fucking look around to look for signs. You ask God, God send me a sign, and you have your eyes closed. You never even look for a sign all day. And God is sending you signs almost every minute, even right now. God is everyone. And that sign, yeah, that sign. Oh, it's God. Hi. No, I'm just kidding. It could be the next song you listen to, the next billboard you see, the next text. Like, just please pay attention.
Yeah.
And people are just, the reason you're, again, not seeing success, or I'm just talking about the average guy, or not seeing things that are not happening in your life, you need to change the way you think, and you need to like really start opening, because you don't see your thing, you don't hear your answers to the prayers because you don't even listen. So I think that's a huge thing. Kind of wrapped up everything I wanted to talk about. Yeah.
Man, thank you so much.
Yeah,
it was really pleasure.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this actually. I might go on podcast.
People say when you give, you always get more. This is the things with the podcast.
I already know. Yeah, I already know. Either.
Thanks, man.
Of course. I really enjoy it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And
Continue.
I think there's gonna be a lot. I know there's gonna be a lot of people on this podcast. You guys should also watch, learn a lot of stuff from. Again, if I changed, I already changed one. If I can change, if I can change another person's life, if I could help them in any way, I'm already happy.
Just the email.
Yeah, here's my Instagram. Also, I want to say, everyone who watched this podcast till the end right now, there's a reason you saw this. I just want to finish with this. Like, if you watched till right now, yeah, the reason. Done.
Done.
Yeah.